Hello, we are here to talk to you about devising, in particular extended vocal practices. So we're going to use examples from the piece that we have just used. So Faye, if you would like to start.
We basically looked at using particular eras in time and then developing monologues from that. And in particular, one part of our piece focuses on vocal techniques, extended techniques, what with Luciano Berio's sequenza. I personally wrote a monologue, and after that, how I extended it to progress it further was to think about the emotions and the feelings that that character might be feeling, and then take that from the narrative and use words that might represent that emotion. From there, we then used James with the guitar, and if you want to talk about that a little bit as well, with the lacrimosa as well.
Sure. With the guitar, it was an accompaniment to Faye's vocal monologue. But we integrated it with the movement, and the way we integrated it, this worked for us. It might not work for you when you're devising, but I started off playing a riff on the guitar, which I'll just these chords well, and that wasn't integrated at all. And then after we felt comfortable within Faye's monologue, we then looked at the guitar on how we could integrate it. So what we did is we thought we want to make everything relevant to all the styles that we have used. So we were looking very much into neoclassical style, which very simply, you probably already know it, but neoclassical, new classic. So we mixed two things together. So we took Mozart's Lacrimosa, which the main motif in it, which is, and then turned it into a more newish type riff. So it just went. And then the way we integrated it with the piece was there was cue words from Faye that would raise the intensity. So that was in 4/4, and I raised the intensity by going up the frets and then going into 3/3. So, and then into, and that way it was integrating with what Faye was doing, because she was getting more intense as the guitar was getting more intense. And then we did use different techniques to integrate it. So when Faye was to laugh, the guitar would go up the frets of the neck of the guitar. So, and that is how we that was our process on how we integrated the music with voice and movement.
Another example of this is, for James, if you want to play the guitar, okay, so he starts from the beginning of it. I'll just do a little bit of an example for you guys, just to get the idea of what we're trying to go for here. So, should we just start? Love, carelessness, cunning. Love, carelessness, cunning. Love, carelessness, cunning. Love, 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 love. Cunning, 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 careful. And then so on, and it goes on and so forth. And then if you go to the end part, the madness part, so to show the difference in change of pitch.
Yeah, that was a long time ago when we did it though. So which bit is that?
I can do with it.
Is that?
Ma.
Oh yeah.
So this is the increased intensity, so the voice is getting a lot more intense. So it's like ma 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 madness, 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 ma. So it's extending, and you can go anywhere with it. Don't be afraid to let your inhibitions go when you do something that extends the vocals, because if you keep within yourself, I think you become really restricted. And one of the things that I found most useful and beneficial from this whole project was that before I stay within my boundaries as a performer normally, and now I find it really helpful. And it was the first time when I did it for the first time I actually felt free, and I think the whole Devising group, all contributed towards it and found that was the same kind of outcome that they had. You felt that it was a breakthrough in the piece, so it was really good. And just don't. My advice to you guys was just do not worry about it being over the top, because you can always bring it back. I think if you work within your boundaries and you restrict yourself, the less, it won't be as,
It's easy to take away rather than to give something more.
Yeah.
If you don't push the boundaries out, and you think, well, we need to raise the intensity, then it's hard because you've never done it. You're not comfortable with it. If you just go for it, and then you think, actually, this is a bit too over the top, it's so much easier to take it back. I think that's what we found.
Yeah, and nothing's ever too weird as well. I think some people are worried that it's going to be too weird or it's not musical theatre. That's an integrated piece of musical theatre in itself, and look how easy it is to create that. I think it's not hard. If you set yourself these kind of tasks that you set yourself, and then you think, I've got to create this and it's got to be in this time signature and so on and so forth, and I think you're going to let yourself in for something that's, you won't get the end project that you want to get almost. So just don't be afraid and let yourself go and have a good time with it, and go be as weird and wonderful as possible would be my advice. Any advice, James? I don't know.
No, you covered it.
I've covered it. Well, good luck guys with Devising. Thank you.